Hey guys, I've got a video for you today. If you keep on having the same problem over and over and over again in your relationships, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not what you think it is. So we're gonna talk about ghosting. So if you've been ghosted by somebody and you swore this time was different, that it felt different, that they were different, that maybe you just thought I've healed and I've outgrown this pattern of attracting emotionally unavailable people or people that can't stay, we're gonna break it down in this video. So for those of you new to the channel, hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a mindset mastery coach, transformational hypnotherapist, and attachment style specialist. If you'd like to book a free discovery call with me, there's a 20-minute free discovery call link below. This is for serious inquiries only at this time. And I only work with a limited number of clients every month. So if you're interested and serious about moving on from your own patterns, then click the link below. You'll answer a few questions and then you'll hop on a call with me to see if we're a good fit. So I know how gutting ghosting feels. Like you, I've been ghosted. I've also ghosted, right? We're humans and we're trying to have this experience with relating to other people. But when you've been in an actual relationship with somebody, some people have been married. Some of my clients have been married and then ghosted by the person they were married to, by their own spouse. So you question, while you're feeling gutted, what did I do wrong or what could I have done differently to make them stay? Well, the answer is nothing. I'm gonna lay it out for you. Ghosting isn't proof that you're unlovable or that you're unworthy. But the reason it keeps showing up in your life is there's a very specific reason and it's not what you think. So I'm gonna show you the real reason that ghosting keeps on happening to you and why it's actually more about you than the other people, just to take radical self-responsibility, not to blame or shame you or anyone, but so that you can break this pattern once and for all. First, what I wanna say to you is it's not okay that you were ghosted. It's not okay that avoidants do some of the behaviors that they do. Oftentimes people will listen to my videos and get triggered and think, well, she's supporting the avoidance or she's defending them. But if you listen clearly from a place of not being triggered, if that's possible, depending on what stage that you're at in your healing journey, you'll realize that I'm not defending any of the attachment styles. I'm simply explaining them and giving you a way forward. I'm giving you a map so that you can better understand yourself and also your partner or ex-partner and what just transpired. So ghosting is super painful for many reasons, not the least of which is that it robs you of your dignity, your clarity, and your closure. It's a one-sided breakup, and it's simply not fair, like many other things in life. So if you've been through this before, you might be starting to feel like you're the common denominator. I talk about this in a lot of my videos, so check out my playlist to see. I have a ton of videos about actually hypnosis videos for healing, for those of you ready to take that step and that leap, but also just understanding the dismissive avoidant and why things happen the way they did and what's actually happening even post-breakup. You might be feeling like there's something wrong with you. It's not that there's something wrong with you. It's that there's a pattern buried deep inside of you that you probably didn't realize was there, that you're now being faced with because that person was a teacher in a mirror to show you where your wounds are so that you can move forward and make better choices next time. So this is not a verdict on your worth, guys, not even in the least. But it is an invitation to look deeper into yourself because ghosting often points to a wound that was there long before you ever met this person, okay, in the flesh. And it's a wound that really demands your attention and it will keep getting louder and louder. You will keep attracting in people that are going to ghost you and hurt you unless you address the core wound which lives and exists inside of you. So let's talk about the pattern because this is something that most people don't realize. Ghosting isn't random. And if it keeps happening over and over, it's often because on some subconscious level, you're drawn to people who feel familiar and who feel safe. And oftentimes when we've had trauma or emotional neglect in our childhood, which so many of us have, then what feels safe is actually not really safe, but it's what feels safe to your nervous system, which is an ancient wiring, guys. You can't argue with your nervous system. What you can do is understand it better so that you can start to heal the nervous system. But for many of us, what feels safe is somebody who's emotionally or physically unavailable or both, right? I'm totally guilty of that in my past. So it's like your nervous system is trying to finish out an unfinished story from your past. So when someone says to me, a client, it feels like unfinished business with this person, this avoidant, and I go, yes, but it's not because of that person. It's because of the pattern and the wound that exists and lives inside of you. It's a much deeper story than maybe what you think at first glance. So maybe as a kid, you had a parent who just wasn't there emotionally, right? Who was hard to reach emotionally. Maybe was physically there, but just emotionally absent. Or maybe someone you loved gave you mixed signals. You know, maybe they come close, go away kind of thing, which kids can often experience. So sometimes close, sometimes distant, so you don't know what to expect. So what happens when there's like a come close, go away type of pattern with a parent or caregiver? Well, as an adult, your brain lights up when that happens. It says, oh, I detect a familiar pattern. This equals love, right? Distance equals love, or emotional avoidance equals love, or non-intimacy equals love, right? Or arguing equals love, or yelling equals love. So you meet someone who feels just like that pattern, just like that caretaker. And it feels like chemistry. Oh, clients say, oh, I felt it, it was electric. I get it. That's how my ex-husband felt when he met me. But looking back on it, I think we both realized it was karmic, but not in the way that I think we had both hoped. It was karmic because it meant we were lighting up each other's wounds, guys. So it can feel like a soulmate connection. Sometimes it is, but really, really, it's your inner child saying, this time we're getting this right. There's no failing. We're not failing again. This time we're getting it right, and there's going to be a different ending to this story. But the problem is you're trying to get a different ending from someone who doesn't have the capacity and never did in the first place to give it to you. You're the only one who has the capacity to give that ending and closure to yourself and to break that pattern once and for all. And I can help you, and that's what we do in the container of working together one-on-one. And guys, if you're not really up for working one-on-one together, I have a Closure Cure course coming in November. I'm launching it. I'm super excited. It's going to start in January, but we're going to start getting started and getting everybody enrolled November and December. Yes, I know it's the holidays, but I also know that's when a lot of us feel very lonely, when we really need connection. So we're going to build a community together of people who are going through the same thing, people who understand these patterns, and you'll have myself leading the group and bringing us through group calls once a week. So it's going to be very, very, very healing, very supportive community. I cannot wait. This has been a long time in the making. Long time. So let's talk about self-reflection in breakthrough. How do I break this pattern, you ask Sarah? Well, if you want to break this pattern, start by asking yourself these two questions. What am I trying to prove by winning back somebody who's ghosted me and proven that they're not really worthy of being in my life, or that they simply don't want to be in my life anymore? What am I trying to prove to myself or to the world or to that person? So journal about that. You know, I don't talk to yourself about it, talk out loud, talk to yourself in the shower, sing about it, write about it. And then the second question is, when was the first time I felt the same kind of rejection, the same sting of rejection? Can you think back and clock back to the first time in the timeline of your life where you felt that rejection? Because most of the time, the pain that you're feeling in the moment, the trigger, isn't about what's currently happening. It's not about that one person. It's actually about that core trigger, that core wound when it first happened. And it's every unresolved rejection from your past. And it's just stacked up one on top of the other because it hasn't been dealt with, because nobody taught us how to do that. Here's the breakthrough. When you heal that wound of rejection, ghosting stops feeling like a personal matter. It stops feeling like you're being personally attacked or personally targeted. It becomes information for your nervous system. It becomes information for your emotions. It becomes information for you moving forward. This isn't about me. What a freaking relief, right? I'm free. It's not about me. That person's rejection of me isn't about me. It's actually about them, and it is about me in the sense that they're showing me, they're pointing me to a wound. Thank you, teacher. But it's not about you in the sense that they're rejecting you. They're showing you where you're rejecting yourself. I hope that makes sense. If it's not, again, I can help, I can clarify in another video. If you guys want me to go deeper into that, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And of course, like, share, comment, subscribe anyway, because that helps boost the channel organically. So you're going to start to recognize the early flags. You're going to start to go not just recognize them, because a lot of my clients were like, I saw them and I just chose not to do anything about it. I just saw them and I was like, hey girl, that's a red flag. You're going to see those red flags, and you're no longer going to chase people who are going to disappear on you. You're gonna choose yourself. You're not gonna choose them, you choose you. That's what coming home to yourself is. So here's a real quick practical action step as I close out this video. And it's something you can do right now. Get out a pen and paper. It's important that it's actually pen and paper. I want you to write a letter, not to your ghoster or to the avoidant, but to yourself. This is about radical self-responsibility, showing up for yourself. I want you to affirm your worth, and I want you to write the words you wish they had said to you. For example, you deserved honesty. You deserved an explanation. You deserve respect, and you deserve somebody who shows up for you. You are worthy of all of those things. You're worthy of everything that you wanted that I couldn't give you, or something to that effect. And I want you to read those words back as your future self, the version of you who is fully healed and is saying those words to you right now. So it's you speaking to you, if that makes sense. And look, guys, if this video hit you hard, I want you to understand that you're not alone. I want you to understand that you're not broken, and I want you to understand that it means you're ready to break the cycle, right? Even if this video triggered you and is like pisses you off, good. You're ready to break the cycle. So inside the Closure Cure course, I'm gonna walk you guys through step-by-step the healing pattern and even help you open up to new relationships and to love again and to trusting yourself again. So that's gonna happen in January, but we're going to start launching that course in November, right? So we'll get everybody enrolled, we'll get everybody excited. But in the meantime, some of you are like, I just wanna work with you one-on-one and maybe also do the course, okay? We're gonna break the pattern that keeps you magnetizing these avoidant people, okay? Or that keeps you pulling you toward people who ghost you, who walk away, who leave, who desert you. So you can finally stop waiting for their text or waiting for them to come around, waiting for them to respond to your letter, right? And just move forward with the closure of understanding that this was a lesson. Sometimes people are lessons, guys. And that the kind of love that you deserve actually lasts. It has lasting power, and that's what we're all seeking. Take care of yourselves, guys, in the meantime, and I look forward to working with some of you. And again, check out the hypnosis videos. They don't get a lot of love for whatever reason. They don't get as much love yet on the channel, but those are free. That's like your free healing journey right there. I think I have 5 or 6 of them now, and I will continue to add to them. And if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comments below. Take care.